Imagine what best friends can do.
This season, I'm really very excited that for the first time, we will be doing E.B. White's fantastic Charlotte's Web.
That is one that I am so excited about, especially with Greg Banks directing it, so it's in such good hands.
I always identified with the sad little pig.
I think people are ready to see CTC tackle Charlotte's Web, and so I'm glad that we're finally being able to do it for our audiences.
Imagine how imminent galactic destruction can get siblings to stop fighting for 1 minute already. This is a partnership with the Mayi Theater, which is one of the leading Asian American theater companies in the United States, and it brings to our stage an anime, action-adventure story, the likes of which our audience has never seen on our stage. Levitating rocks, flying dragons, the Wong kids in The Secret of the Space Chupacabra Go.
Imagine colorful chaos, outrageous splendor, and tons of happily ever after. Who doesn't love the story of Cinderella? At the end of the day, I'm still the 3-year-old girl who dressed up in a ball gown and my mother's high heels.
Inspired by the wonderful English holiday tradition of panto, a theater form that involves huge amounts of audience participation, contemporary jokes, pop songs, as well as spectacle and beauty and the power of that story.
I am blessed with the opportunity to play pretty stepsister number 1, known as Dorcas. If the man comes to her, great. If not, that's great too. She just likes to party.
Bring on the holiday show. Let's do some Cinderella. Imagine caterpillars, clouds, chameleons. Oh my!
The company performs the books rather directly as blacklight puppeteering, and so you see those books come to life on stage in a way that's sort of magical because it visually hangs in the air. You can't see any of the performers, but these sort of beautiful blacklight puppets sort of swim across stage.
Imagine a quirky quest filled with mischief, mayhem, and the occasional turnip. The Scarecrow and His Servant is a book by Philip Pullman, and I think most people know Pullman from his Golden Compass books.
Jeffrey Hatcher has taken Philip Pullman's story and made it absolutely hilarious, incredibly touching, and a wild, picaresque romp. Now, this is not your normal Scarecrow.
One night, in a wild rainstorm, he is hit by lightning.
He's got a turnip for a head.
And the lightning brings him to life. The friendship between the Scarecrow and Jack starts out when the Scarecrow saves Jack. And by the end of the play, they are more than master and servant, or Scarecrow and boy, but friend and friend.
Imagine the beauty hidden inside all of us.
One of the great things about Shrek is that it depends on our love and our familiarity with and for fairy tales.
But it takes these notions we have of the typical princess and the typical prince, and it completely pulls the rug out from underneath us.
It really brings across that idea that anybody can have a happy ending, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what you look like, regardless of what class you are. And then, of course, Shrek. Come on. He smells, he's big, he's loud. What else do you want?
Imagine a single balloon changing one person's life forever.
We've commissioned a wonderful playwright, Barry Kornhauser, to create a brand new piece for the early learners.
It features the character of a little old man who's really quiet. He doesn't have anything to say because he has no one to talk to, who finds one day when a balloon blows through his window that his life changes. We learn a lot from what we see more than through words, and so this is the play to give everybody a chance to gain lots of understanding.
Imagine a day with no rules.
We had so much fun working on the show because there's so much of the story that we got to fill in, so much silent bits and things in between the words. The cat is, he's one of those interesting characters where he comes in to have a good time. He just comes in to brighten these kids' days, but he does it in such a way that he breaks a lot of things.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.